everyone, it's Mom Steph right here and welcome once again to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell down below so you will be updated to my future tutorials. So in this video, we are going to discuss arithmetic sequence and arithmetic means. An arithmetic sequence is a sequence where every term after the first is obtained by adding a constant called the common difference. So let's take a look at some examples of this arithmetic sequence. One example is the sequence 1, 4, 7, 10, and so on. This example is an example of an infinite arithmetic sequence because of this symbol. This means that this sequence continues infinitely. So, paano natin malalaman kung ang isang sequence ay arithmetic sequence? Now, let's take a look at this example. The first term in this sequence is 1. And if we're going to look back to our definition of arithmetic sequence, it says here that every term after the first term, so yung mga kasunod ng first term, para makuha yung mga terms na kasunod ng first term is we need to add a constant called the common difference. So, from the first term, there is a number added to be able to obtain the second term, and so on. So, from the first term na 1, upang makuha natin ang second term na 4, we will just add 3. So, 1 plus 3 equals 4. And, upang makuha naman natin yung kasunod ng 4, we will again add 3. So, 4 plus 3 equals 7. And 7 plus 3, that is equal to 10. So, ibig sabihin nito, yung common difference ng ating arithmetic sequence ay ang 3. So, D is equal to 3. Another way of getting the value of the common difference is by choosing any number or any term in our arithmetic sequence and subtract that from the next term. So, example, we will choose 1. At ang kasunod naman ni 1 ay 4. So, para makuha natin ang D, we will just write 4 or subtract 1 from 4, kaya 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3. O di kaya naman, to get the common difference, remember, we will just choose any term. So let's say we will choose 7. So, yung kasunod ng 7 ay 10, kaya we will write 10 minus 7, and makukuha pa rin natin yung 3. So, as the arithmetic sequence continues, we will still get the common difference na 3. And it is constant in getting every term. Another example of an arithmetic sequence is 15, 11, 7, 3, and so on. Now, observe that the terms in our arithmetic sequence is decreasing or lumiliit. Unlike nung sa first na lumalaki ang ating mga terms. So, if this is the case, that means the common difference of our arithmetic sequence is a negative number. So, paano natin nakuha ang 11 from the first term na 15? So, here, we just added negative 4. So, 15 plus negative 4, ang mangyayari dito is magiging subtraction yung operation natin. So, instead na mag-add, we will subtract. So, 15 minus 4, that is equal to 11. And 11 minus 4, kaya naging 7. And 7 minus 4, kaya naging 3. So, the common difference for this arithmetic sequence is negative 4. And another way of getting negative 4 is katulad ng ginawa natin sa first example. We will just choose any term. Let's say we choose 15. And then we will subtract 11 minus 15. That is equal to negative 4. Or, if we will choose 7, we will subtract that from 3. Yung kasunod ng 7, so yun yung mauuna nating isulat, 3 minus 7, that is still negative 4. So, consistent yung ating negative 4 sa ating arithmetic sequence. Kaya, if we want to get another term next to 3, so alam na natin yung gagawin, we will just subtract 4 or add negative 4 to 3. Now let's answer some problems involving arithmetic sequence. Let's say, for example, we are to find the missing term in this arithmetic sequence. So, given na sa problem natin that this is an arithmetic sequence. Pero, after ng 21, kailangan nating makuha ang tatlong terms dito. And this sequence is an example of a finite arithmetic sequence. Bakit finite? Kasi wala tayong nakikitang tatlong dots dito. Kaya, ang sequence na to ay hanggang dito lang. So, hanggang 6 na terms lang ang sequence na to. So, alam naman natin na in getting the next term of an arithmetic sequence, kailangan nating makuha yung common difference. And then, if alam na natin yung common difference, we will just add the common difference to 21 to get the next term, and so on. So, from the problem, let's first identify yung mga given na pwede nating magamit. So, ang given natin sa problem ay itong tatlong magkasunod na terms. And to get the common difference, we need to choose any term, kahit alin dyan sa tatlo, and then subtract that to the next term. Kaya naman, to get the common difference, 12 minus 3, so the common difference is 9. So, now that we have our common difference, we can now get these three missing terms by adding 9 to 21 and so on. So, 21 plus 9, that is equal to 30. And 30 plus 9, that is 39. And 39 plus 9, that is equal to 48. Kaya, ang missing terms natin ay 30, 39, at 48. So, another example says to find the missing term in the arithmetic sequence, negative 1, tapos tatlong magkasunod na blanco, and then 31 and 39. So that means we are going to find the second term, the third term, and the fourth term of this sequence. So the given in this problem is yung first term na negative 1, tapos we have the last two terms na 31 at saka 39. So increasing yung trend ng ating arithmetic sequence. Kaya the idea here is, since increasing, yung common difference natin ay positive. So, if we are going to choose any term in our sequence, we will not choose negative 1. Kasi walang kasunod yung negative 1. Wala tayong masosubtract na makukuhanan natin ng common difference. So, ang pipiliin natin ay ang 31 at saka 39. So, to get the common difference, we will just subtract 39 minus 31. So, our common difference is positive 8. Kaya, to get the second term, we will just add negative 1 plus 8. So, we have positive 7. Positive 7 plus 8. So, we have 15. And 15 plus 8, we have 23. So, the missing terms in the sequence is 7, 15, and 23. Now, let us consider this arithmetic sequence. This is a finite arithmetic sequence. Kasi wala tayong nakikitang tatlong dots dito. So, hanggang 31 lang ang sequence na to. Now, let's identify the following. So, A sub 1. Lahat ng terms dito sa ating arithmetic sequence, they are denoted by A. Pero, yung number na nakasubscript dito, this means yung position ng term. So, if we say A sub 1, ibig sabihin ito yung naunang term, which is 4. And then if we say A sub 4, so ibig sabihin nasa pang-apat na pwesto siya. So 1, 2, 3, 4, kaya we have 13, nasa pang-apat. At A sub 8, ibig sabihin nasa pang-8 position, or yung N, so 25. And A sub 10, nasa pang-10 position, or the 10th term. Now, what if gawin natin infinite arithmetic sequence? So, ibig sabihin, it will continue infinitely. So, if we are to get the next term of 31, so, kailangan lang natin kunin ang common difference. So, yung common difference nito is, we will just subtract, let's say, 7 minus 4. Kaya, ang common difference ay 3. So, kung kukunin natin yung kasunod ng 31, we will just add 3. So, 31 plus 3, kaya yung kasunod ng 31 ay 34. So, madali lang, di ba? Pero, think about this. What if we are asked to get the 30th term of the sequence? Ibig sabihin, from the first term, alin yung pang 30th position? So, kung gagawin natin ng katulad nito, ng pagkuha natin ng 34, medyo matatagalan talaga tayo. Kaya, there's a formula that's going to help us. And this formula is the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. According to this, if a sub 1 or yung first term at saka yung common difference, kung alam natin ang dalawang to, we can easily get any term at any position in our arithmetic sequence using this formula. Okay? So, a sub n, ibig sabihin yung position na hinahanap natin, yun yung n, equals the first term plus the quantity of n minus 1, yung placement ng term, times the common difference. So, ito yung tatandaan nating formula. So, let's say we get the 30th term of the arithmetic sequence. So, ito yung arithmetic sequence natin kanina, and ito yung hahanapin ng pang 30th term. So, ang question is, ano yung 30th term? Anong term ang nasa 30th position? So, we will rely first on the given. So, unang given natin sa problem is n equals 30. Pag sinabing n, this is the position of the term that we are looking for. So, pang ilan yung hahanapin natin? Yung pang 30 na position. Anong term ang nasa 30th position? And then, yung common difference naman natin ay 3. Yung ginawa natin kanina, 7 minus 4, that's 3. And then, yung a sub 1 natin or yung first term natin ay 4. Nasa given din natin. At yung hahanapin naman natin ay ang a sub 30. So, using these given na mga numbers, we are going to solve for a sub 30. Okay, so ginamit natin yung formula ng nth term. So, a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. And then, we will just substitute. Yung n natin is 30. Tapos, a1, a sub 1 natin, or first term ay 4. Yung n natin dito ay 30. And then, yung common difference natin ay 3. So, 30 minus 1, that's 29. Tapos, just copy the rest. 29 times 3, that's 87. And then 87 plus 4, kaya we get 91 as the 30th term of this sequence. So if we're going to continue this sequence until the 30th position, so makukuha natin ang 91. So for this problem, we are given the second term of an arithmetic sequence, which is 24, and the fifth term is 3. So we are asked to find the first term and the common difference of this arithmetic sequence. So, to illustrate, we are to find the first term, which is a sub 1, and we are also given the second term, which is 24. So, 24 yung kasunod ng a sub 1, kasi siya yung second term. And then, we're not given any terms in between 24 and 3. So, we have a sub 4, and then the fifth term is 3. So, yung concern lang natin dito is the first term or yung a sub 1 natin at ang common difference. So, let's take a look at our given. The given in our problem is a sub 2, that means in the second position, which is 24. A sub 5, in our fifth position, which is 3. And then we are asked to find a1 and the common difference. So to solve this, we are going to use the formula of the nth term. So we have a sub n equals a1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So in the formula, we can use a sub 2 and a sub 5. So we will just replace this with these numbers or terms. And then, the only problem is, wala tayong a1 and common difference. So, ang gagawin natin, gagawa tayo ng equation for a sub 2 and a sub 5. So, unahin muna natin yung a sub 2. So, we have a sub 2 equals a1, a sub 1, tapos plus 2 minus 1 times d. So, we will simplify. So, yung a sub 2, since we have already 24 here, we will just replace that with 24. Tapos, unknown yung a1 natin, we will just copy. And then, we have 2 minus 1, so that is just 1 times d, kaya we have plus d here. Ayan. So, this will be considered as our first equation. Okay? So, our second equation will be for a sub 5. So, we have a sub 5 equals the first term plus, so we have 5 minus 1 times d. And since we have already the value of a5, which is 3, so we will just replace that with 3 equals a1. And then 5 minus 1, that's just 4, times d, so we have plus 4d. So now this is considered as our second equation. Okay, so our first equation and our second equation. So now that we have these two equations, gagamit tayo ng elimination. So para makakuha tayo ng equation with one variable. So if we use elimination, this will be, yung a1 natin ay magiging 0. Kaya we will be left with d. So by elimination, we have 24 equals a1 plus d minus 3 equals a1 plus 4d. Okay? So this parenthesis means we will just multiply itong negative sign dito with the signs of the terms inside the parenthesis. So this will become negative. So 24 minus 3, that will be 21. And then a1 minus a1, so magiging 0. That's why we will not put any value here. And then d minus 4d, so that becomes negative 3d. So now we have another equation with only one variable. So ngayon, para makuha natin ang d, we will just divide both sides with negative 3. And then negative 3. So our common difference is 21 divided by negative 3, that is negative 7. So yung value ng ating d dito is negative 7. So ngayon naman na meron na tayong negative 7 na common difference, so makukuha na natin yung ating a sub 1. So take note na sa sequence natin, yung a sub 1 natin ay unknown, tapos yung kasunod niya ay 24, and then di natin alam ang a sub 3. So hindi natin po problemahin ang a sub 3 at saka a sub 4 kasi hindi naman yan yung hinahanap. So to get the first term, we will just use yung definition ng ating common difference. Na to get the common difference, we will just choose any term in our arithmetic sequence and then subtract that from the term na kasunod ng term na yon. So we will have 24 minus a1. And then, yung d natin ay negative 7 equals 24 minus a1. So, to get a1, so i-separate lang natin ang 24 sa a1 natin, a sub 1. So, we will transpose, kaya magiging negative 7 minus 24, that is equal to negative a sub 1. Now, negative 7 minus 24, that is negative 31, equals negative a1. So, since negative yung a1 natin dito, we will just multiply both sides with negative 1 to make this positive. So, kaya naman, meron na tayong a1, positive a1, and then negative 1 times negative 31, magiging positive 31 din. Kaya naman yung hinahanap natin na first term ay positive 31. Now, another problem says how many terms are there in an arithmetic sequence with a common difference of 4 and with first and last terms 3 and 59 respectively. The problem is asking us ilang terms raw yung nasa sequence na merong common difference na 4 at yung first term ay 3 at saka yung 59 yung last term. So, ito yung hitsura niya. If we have 3 as the first term, so meron tayong a sub 2, yung second term na hindi muna natin alam. Okay, tapos so on until the last term na 59. So, yung hinahanap ng problem is kung ilan lahat yung terms na napapaloob sa sequence na to. And then, another given is the common difference na 4. So, kung gagamitin natin yung 4, we will just add 4 to 3. So 3 plus 4, alam natin na yung kasunod ng 3 ay 7. And so on until makuha natin yung 59. Pero medyo marami-rami. Baka marami yung napapaloob. So it would take us more time. So yung gagamitin natin ay yung formula. So we have the formula an equals a1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So, yung an dito, this stands for the last term. And then, yung hahanapin natin ay yung n, kung ilan ang terms na napapaloob dito. An is 59. So, yun yung last term natin. And then, equal to the first term which is 3, given din sa problem. Tapos, plus, yung n natin is unknown, minus 1, times yung common difference natin ay 4. So, ang kasunod nito is we will distribute 4 to each of the terms here. So, 4 times n and 4 times negative 1. So, we will just copy 59 equals 3 plus 4n minus 4. And then we can go ahead and combine 3 and negative 4. So, 3 minus 4, that will be equal to negative 1 plus 4n. And then sa kabilang side is yung 59. So, para makuha natin yung n, is isa-separate natin yung may variable sa walang variable. So, we will transfer negative 1. So, this one will become 59 plus 1 equals 4n. So, this side is now 60 equals 4n. We have 60 equals 4n, right? So, divide both sides by 4 to get the value of n. So, this becomes 1. So, we have n equal to 15. And that is the number of terms inside this sequence. So, right now, let's discuss arithmetic means. So, ibig sabihin ng arithmetic means, these are the terms between any two non-consecutive, meaning hindi magkasunod, na terms of the arithmetic sequence. Nasa gitna ng dalawang hindi magkasunod na terms. So, let's say for example, let's identify the arithmetic means between 3 and negative 7. So, yung 3 ay ang first term, yung negative 7 naman ay yung last term. So, hindi sila magkasunod na terms. So, yung arithmetic means ng 3 at negative 7, yun yung nasa gitna nila. So, yung 1, negative 3, at negative 5. Another is the arithmetic mean between 1 and negative 5. So, yung nasa gitna ng 1 at saka negative 5, and those terms are negative 1 and negative 3. So, that means the arithmetic means of 1 and negative 5 are the terms negative 1 and negative 3. So, yung nasa gitna ng dalawang hindi magkasunod na terms. Let's say, for example, we have to put 4 arithmetic means. Ibig sabihin, 4 na terms na nasa gitna ng 5 at saka 25. So, to illustrate, we have 5 as our first term, tapos yung 4 na terms or yung arithmetic mean natin, and then yung last term ay 25. So, alam naman natin na to get the next terms, yung a sub 2, kailangan lang nating mag-add ng common difference natin. So, importante yung common difference to get these terms. So, para makuha rin naman yung a sub 3, a sub 4, at saka yung a sub 5. So, kailangan muna natin kunin yung common difference when it comes to arithmetic means. Ang gagawin natin ngayon is we will derive an equation for the common difference. So, we will be using the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, which is given by this equation, and we will derive an equation for d. So, ang nangyari dito is we just transferred a1 to the other side. So, we have an minus a1 equals n minus 1d. And then, to get an equation for d, we need to get rid of n minus 1. So, kailangan mawala to dito, katabi ni d. So, we will just divide both sides with n minus 1. So, once we do that, n minus 1 divided by n minus 1, that will be equal to 1. So, this will be 1 times d. So, d pa rin. Kaya we have d equals a sub n, or the last term, minus the first term, divided by n minus 1. Okay, so that's our formula for getting the common difference. So let's continue with this problem. So let's say we insert 4 arithmetic means. And kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, kailangang malaman muna natin yung common difference. So to get the common difference, we will use our derived formula for D and then substitute. So we have the last term is A6 because yung 25 na last term ay pang-anim, nasa pang-anim na posisyon. And then, yung N naman natin ay 6. And then, we will just substitute. So, yung last term natin, A sub 6 ay 25 minus yung first term natin na 5 divided by 6 minus 1. So, 25 minus 5 ay 20, tsaka 6 minus 1 naman ay 5. So, we have D equals 20 divided by 5, and our common difference is 4. So, yung hinahanap natin na arithmetic means between 5 and 25 ay makukuha natin by adding 4 from the first term. So, 5 plus 4, our second term is 9. Then, 9 plus 4, our third term is 13. 13 plus 4, our fourth term is 17. And 17 plus 4, our fifth term is 21. And 21 plus 4, kaya we have the last term 25. So, these are the arithmetic means between 5 and 25. Ngayon naman, what are the first and last terms of an arithmetic sequence when its arithmetic means are 35, 15, and negative 5? So, ibig sabihin, may tatlong terms na tayo. So, we have 35, 15, at saka negative 5 in between another non-consecutive terms. So, ibig sabihin, the first term is A1, tapos we will insert these 3. So, 35, 15, tsaka negative 5, tapos yung last term natin. So, yung last term ay pang-5. So, meron tayong all in all 5 terms in our arithmetic sequence. So, again, para makuha natin yung A sub 1 at saka A sub 5, kailangang malaman muna natin kung ano yung common difference. And by definition, to get the common difference, D, we will just choose any term in our arithmetic sequence and subtract that from the number na kasunod nito. So, if we are going to choose 15, yung kasunod ng 15 ay negative 5. So, unahin nating ilagay ang negative 5. Tapos, minus 15. Kaya naman, yung common difference natin dito ay negative 5 minus 15, that is negative 20. Okay, so makikita naman natin na yung tatlong terms na given ay decreasing siya. Kaya naman, we can tell right away na yung common difference natin ay a negative number. So, to get A5, so going to the right, we will just add negative 20. Okay? So, negative 5 plus negative 20, so magiging minus din to. So, kaya naman, A5 is equal to negative 25. So, to get A1, we know that 35, kaya nakuha natin yung 35 kasi from the first term, we added the common difference na negative 20. Okay? So, we are going to have 35 equals A1 minus 20. So, to get A1, we will just add 20. So, we have 35 plus 20 equals A1. Okay, so 35 plus 20, kaya yung first term natin ay 55. So to check, 55 minus 20, that is 35. 35 minus 20, 15. And then 15 minus 20, that is negative 5, and so on. And that's the end of my tutorial. I hope you have learned something new today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell down below for more tutorials in the future. And share this tutorial para sa iba pang pwedeng matulungan nito. Thank you and God bless!